competition where innovative minds meet impactful ideas to address sustainability challenges through green entrepreneurship. Today, we will witness the culmination of many weeks of hard work, creativity, and research as nine brilliant teams present their final business plans.
Before we dive into the presentations, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey of Harithkram Youth Summit. The theme for this year's competition is Green Entrepreneurship, Harnessing Indigenous Wisdom for a Sustainable Future. It emphasizes the fusion of traditional ecological knowledge with modern sustainability strategies to address pressing global issues.
The competition is designed to have three challenging stages, and each one has brought us closer to discovering innovative solutions that promote sustainable development and entrepreneurship while simultaneously leveraging India's rich indigenous wisdom.
The first stage was that of abstract submission, which challenged the participants to identify a specific sustainability challenge and propose an innovative solution through a concise abstract. The focus was on integrating indigenous knowledge with the modern practice in business context. Only the most promising teams advanced to the next round.
The second stage was that of a business plan development, which required teams to expand their abstract into comprehensive business models, including financial projections and implementation strategies. The depth of analysis, creativity, and practicality of solutions are crucial for progressing to the final stage, which is that of presenting the business model before the jury today.
So today, we have assembled for the third and final stage of the competition, in which 9 teams shortlisted will be presenting their fully developed business plans before the esteemed jury and the audience. Before we proceed, let me just announce some ground rules for the presentation. Each team will have 10 minutes to present their ideas, followed by a Q&A by the panel of judges and other participating teams. The teams are tasked with demonstrating how they have integrated indigenous knowledge into their business models and how their solutions can be realistically implemented for a sustainable future.
It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed jury members who will be evaluating the presentations today. These experts bring a wealth of experience in the field of sustainability, entrepreneurship, and environmental studies. We have with us Ms. Payal Rastogi, the founder of Carbon Fixers, a prominent sustainability consulting firm specializing in environmental management systems and sustainable business solutions. Ms. Rastogi's vast experience in the corporate world and her commitment to driving positive environmental impact make her a perfect fit for judging today's competition.
Joining him on the jury is Mr. Harvinder Singh, a faculty member of Department of Environmental Studies at Shahid Bhagat Singh College. With a deep passion for environmental research and teaching, Mr. Singh has been instrumental in shaping the future minds of sustainability leaders for almost a decade now through his teachings and extensive activities. Let's have a big round of applause for our jury members.
Let me now explain the format for today's final round. Each team will have 10 minutes to present their business plan. During this time, they will provide a comprehensive overview of their solution, including the problem statement, proposed solution, financial projections, implementation strategy, and the sustainability impact of their model.
Once the presentation is complete, the jury and other participating teams can ask up to 2 questions. Please note that no cross-questioning will be permitted. The teams are required to keep track of time. A timer will be displayed using play cards when there are 2 minutes remaining, and another play card will be shown when the time is up. You will be down marked if you exceed the time limit. We encourage the teams to answer clearly and confidently, showcasing their understanding of the problem and the solution. We wish all the teams the very best for the final rounds of presentation. Without much ado, let's invite our first team, Team Toddy, to the stage.
Welcome them.
तेरे को चाहिए नहीं होता नीचे तो अभी नहीं चाहिए ये पकड़ना। अरे खींच लो, ये थोड़ी देर के लिए पकड़, बैठ जा थोड़ी देर, इसको बैठा प्रेजेंटेशन।
The future belongs to those who learn from the past, adopt in present, and innovate for future. Today, we are here to explore a fascinating and an honored tradition that not only offers a healthier way of life, but also a potential for sustainable business. Our focus is on toddy, a lost taste of India, a traditional beverage that has a power to revolutionize how we think about alcohol consumption, sustainability, and economic empowerment. I, Soumya Singh, along with my colleagues Shiva, Ayushman, and Mayank, will walk you through the history, health benefit, and business potential of toddy that offers a promising alternative of modern alcohol products. In the light of previous presentation, let us take a very closer look at the graph, which paints a very clear and a concerning picture of alcohol consumption trends in India. As the data illustrate, alcohol consumption per capita in 15 plus age group is increasing at a very alarming rate. Estimated per capita alcohol consumption among the individuals aged 15 and above in India was around 5.7 lakhs in 2016, which is increased by 38% during 2010 to 2017. And this trend is likely to go further in future. Now, the present status of alcohol consumerism and health. So according to a report by World Health Organization that captures the global scenario of alcohol and substance abuse, over 31% of Indians are current drinkers, in which the male population accounts about 40% and the female population account about 20.8%. What we see here is a steep acceleration which not only exceeds the level of alcohol-related death in the neighboring countries like China, but it also distances further from achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 3.5, which aims to reduce substance abuse by 2030. What's more concerning is that there is an increase in consumption span across the different levels of demography. These consequences are not personal but also societal, leading to increase in healthcare, reduced workforce productivity, and the social frame. So this rising number underscores the urgent need for an alternative, healthier option. This is where toddy, a traditional beverage, comes into the play.
So, as we talk about the solutions of toddy, so toddy is a natural which is derived from plant drink and it's quite healthier for the alcohol which is being consumed by normal people. So talking about toddy is toddy can be used as an organic alternative. Secondly, toddy has a lower alcohol consumption, lower alcohol percentage. So the damage which the alcohol does will be relatively low as per consumption of toddy does. Thirdly, the toddy can help local economies because this is generally produced in the villages or rural areas. Consumption of toddy can connect people with cultural heritage, offering an authentic experience as it is related to history also, as we can see that in the earlier days, toddy was consumed by local peoples. Toddy has a fewer chemical additives or preservatives which are compared to commercial alcohol. Toddy can also be collected from coconut saps or as well, but we source from palm trees. Towns trees support biodiversity of native places to increase biodiversity numbers. Toddy provides employment opportunity to poor sections and other minorities, social crime which takes place due to consumption of alcohol can also be reduced by toddy consumption. If we talk about the history of toddy, toddy was known as Harithkram in Tamil. In ancient Tamil literature, it was mentioned, and the work of grammar of Tamil language also. It stated that Indian society consumed toddy. In the classical Sangam period, you can also see Indian evidence was found Tamil society's likeness for consuming toddy. In the early Sangam period, toddy was also called Pathani and Verini in Tamil, which meant palm wine or intoxicant. Toddy consumption was not prohibited but practiced by everyone in India. All Indians from upper and lower classes were involved in this habit, which included children and women. Prohibition of toddy exists among people. In the Paranuru, a Tamil poem, there is the information on the practice of kings serving toddy as a main beverages for poets and birds in the grand feasts. The Puranuru mentions the king serving toddy to war heroes also. The common people also use toddy in feasts or even other functions. In Puranuru also mentions the Indian custom of offering toddy and food to the deceased before cremation. In all Indian society, toddy was seen as a joy bringer. So when we talk about toddy, here are the palm-wise health benefits. First health benefits is it is rich in probiotics which improve gut health, promote digestion, boost immunity as it contains high level of vitamin C and antioxidants. Third, it's a natural booster. It's rich in essential sugar and carbohydrates, providing a natural energy boost and good for diabetes. Therapeutic benefits, the presence of antipsychotic and anti-carcinogenic agents also helps in therapeutic benefits. And lastly, as it contains acid like calcium and potassium in toddy, which maintains strong bones and prevents osteoporosis. Some other benefits include eyesight, reduce risk of cardiovascular diseases, helps to prevent cancer and maintain hair, skin and nails, and promotes lactation. Toddy can also be consumed by babies who are in the home for their nourishment. Chatka Samiti mentions the use of toddy as an anesthetic drug before surgery. So these are some of the products which can also be obtained from palm trees, which is palm nira. This is the toddy before fermentation. This is consumed. Second is palm toddy, which is the actual product after fermentation. Preserved mango, which is also known as ice apple. This is eaten during summer to keep the body heated.
Our business model is basically based upon a 5-stage process, and the first stage we can see the ideation process, and in the initial stage it's simply seed stage, and it focuses on studying the market and studying about the competitors of our, and we will be able to project revenue models and also apply to acquiring licenses that are required to conduct business. And next is the validation stage, and then this is the main seed stage of our model. And in this, our startup will be focusing on building a formal team and testing our products, field trials, and using our prototypes. And also, we will be testing production with the potential customers, establishing a proof of concept. Also, we will also write a little bit about the funding which we will be gaining at the initial stages. That is the seed funding. We can gain from the government schemes like Startup India, seed funding scheme, and even angel investors in the early stages of our startup. Next stage will be the early traction. The early traction stage of our startup now business focus more on acquiring the funding to expand the
सब्सक्राइबर का भी किया
funding that can develop core products which we have discussed in the last session. So other than that, we will be entering into multiple markets, developing multiple sources of income. And Other than that, we will be also focusing upon venture capitalists and other angel investors who will be able to fund this process of expansion of our business. Next, the fourth stage of our business model is scaling. And in scaling, we will be focusing upon scaling of production to expand operations to other states. Basically, this idea is to produce toddy using palm trees. So this is because toddy can also be produced with the coconut trees as well. But we are focusing upon palm because of the biodiversical importance and how much potential it has, and especially take an example of India. 50% of the palm population is present upon Tamil Nadu, and we can utilize this potential that is present in our state, and we can prove its most important economic. Next final stage will be exit option, and that we will be talking about mergers and acquisitions, how the company will evolve into a multinational company that will set pressure and that will be able to help guide the other alcohol beverages companies which are part of the industry, and they will be becoming more sustainable through our present that is set by this product. This is the basic timeline. The first 3 months will be market research, business planning, license application. And since the next 3 months will be setting productions, and the next 3 months will be focusing upon distribution channels and launching of products. The final will be the full scale production and marketing.
Alright, given the problem solutions and introduction, or to say the roadmap of the business model, now let's delve into the detailed analysis of what our proposed business model. We have 4 things then: target audience, team executives, investments, and technology. In target audience, as we mentioned, that people who like people with regular or occasional preference of alcohol. These are the people who are our target audience. Also the people who are in search of healthier alternatives than that of alcohol. Now, talking about team executives, who are the people which we will be recruiting, or who will be our employees? Starting with the people with technical know-how, especially collaborating with self-help groups and also self-collectors. Now here, this is the tipping point where we employ local people, indigenous people knowing the local traditions to collect the palm steps and then ferment it and then making the further process move on, and then in making them traditionally and mechanically equipped with modern techniques of tree climbing and equipped mechanical support to them. Then we have distiller fermentation specialist, again with blend of traditional and modern knowledge, and with some sort of research and development angle to it. Then we would be having procurement officers, the suppliers responsible to supply our product in different retail shops, or maybe mediating between different suppliers and all that stuff. Now the last of this employee self-help groups, manufacturers. Now when we talk about manufacturers, we basically mean again people who actually know the indigenous method to procure these things, and who know who have some sort of technical knowledge given the traditional background they possess, and who belong from underprivileged class too. Training local self-collectors in modern mechanical tools used for self-collections. Now talking about investment, as we mentioned earlier, again whenever we start a new business, a new firm, we ask investment from our families, friends. That's a different thing. Then we will also try to get subsidized lease of land to develop farm production, which is under the Baseline Development Program of Agricultural Department of India, and also under the Startup India Fund Scheme, and again angel investors and venture capitalists for our model. Now talking about technology, what technology can we use over here? Technology at the self-collection level. Here we can use traditional climbing techniques with blend of modern mechanical tree climbing devices with steel and stainless containers to collect the sap, polymer sap. Then we would be having specialized harnesses, which will render the reduced physical strain on climbers. So this would be very helpful for our employees or the people who are working for us or for our firm. Then we would be having sap extraction devices with modern technologies. and SEP quality testing devices for testing sugar content and alcohol level, which is very much necessary in terms of compliance with alcohol regulations, laws, and all related stuff. And again, moving a bit last.
As your time is over time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for that insightful presentation. Now, I'd like to invite our jury to ask their questions.
It's a good idea, because we know this is traditional, this is indigenous, but a lot of questions. Okay, first, are you selling the boundary or are you selling the body?
I'm going to be selling the product. You'll be
What
developing
is
a
the
manufacturer. I'm just
Body.
body.
So focus on body, not the body. And then body can be derived from the other plants also. So that's a variation of products. Okay. Second is okay, if you include the other coconut tree and other things, it will be good. The health factor is very good. The taste and the preferences. Okay, you are asking people to change their taste and preferences. You think it's easy to do it? Somebody drinking a certain type of alcohol, shifting them to body, since it's different, it looks different. How you modulate, how you send across all these lines, other things. So how do you present it to other people?
And this was birthday mistake, which was just
So, it's, yeah,
and then focusing on the packaging. So depending upon different ranges, for instance, if you're making it for the lower middle class and middle class, we can differ our packagings. If we are making it for the global purposes, the packaging would be different for that. And if you are making it for the lower middle class or the middle class section of our society, so the packaging for that would be different.
interesting now, Toddy is used only in villages. There's no commercial aspect. It's only the villages go, whoever is, the villagers or the farmers are using it for personal use. Right?
Yeah, and Toddy, that is why Toddy have a lot of potential that we can make it a global business if we get the proper.
There are issues with there are certain legal hurdles in India, but when we compare with other South Asian countries like the Philippines and other.
Right. So
Other
Malaysia, Philippines,
Yes,
there's
exactly.
a lot of power.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Especially in
India generally in sustainability we don't prefer markets. But just because there's a push for the palm oil and other products that we like to use. So this can be done as opposed to those who are currently to get in that so you think there will be a change in the use of different properties?
the market is a natural or maybe traditional drink, maybe higher classes.
So you need to focus on that. You need to put that in because it's an Indian indigenous trade promotion sustainable alcohol, but alcohol content is the natural of it. It's a natural.
Comparatively,
Content is very low, and through the processing you can reduce the alcohol content.
Sometimes content of 10 to
So you
12%.
can compare it with the other alcohol, low alcohol beverages and make it like say a couple of drinks per day. So just as a feedback. Commercialization of body is fine. Focus only on body. No doubt. Thank you so much.
quality checks and certification. What quality checks are required and what certifications will be required in the case of the product?
When we talk about quality checks, sir, when we talk about alcohol production, mostly focusing upon methanol. In time of incorrect fermentation processing, there is a chance of production of methanol in the wax, and there is methanol will lead to poison. And this is one of the main reasons that I know back.
We're talking about which strategies happening every day. My simple question is, what quality checks will you be requiring and what certification will be requiring for the product?
Sir, FSSAI certification will be required, sir, and that's the most important. And other than that, we will be also requiring licenses for sales and also for tapping topic. So especially.
Okay, then for it. The second question is, you know about the deforestation taking place in the different parts of the country, especially western parts. If you read carefully, one of the major reasons for deforestation there is palm and development. Are you going to ensure that your product or the material which is required for your product and they will harm the environment because you must not aim for pollution. Are you going to make sure?
So actually, when we talk, that's an example here, which we are on a slide. That is Tamil Nadu board for palm products development. They are focusing on waste plant development using palm products, and we are focusing on the sustainable irrigation. So through this, we will be making much lesser profitability than we could, but it will be much more sustainable. That's the aim of the.
Good enough. Any question from the other teams?
Now the stage is open for other participating teams if anybody has any question. The Q&A is restricted to the other participating teams only. Thank you, team.
Now, to keep the momentum going, I'd like to invite the next team, Team Scrub Sparkle, to the stage.
Good afternoon to the esteemed judges and fellow speakers present here. Today we, a group of 3 students from LSR College, are here to present our sustainable idea for a better future. So in this world of plastic pollution and environmental degradation, have you ever wondered that even small changes can produce significant impact? Well, it's crucial to rethink on everyday products like cleaning scrubbers. Sustainable scrubbers can be made from natural products like coconut fibers and loofah plants, which offer a simple and eco-friendly alternative. In this presentation, we will discuss how the investigation of the situation is done and the financial and implementation strategies of it. So let's dive into how sustainable scrubbers are shaping a greener future. Our first topic is
know that generally scrubbers are made up of either plastics or steel. So both the plastic and steel create a negative impact on our environment. So let us explain to you how particularly the scrubbers which are made up of steel and plastic impact our environment. So plastic scrubber break down into microplastic and contaminating by waterways and harm the marine life. Also, these microplastics are consumed by humans through water and food. These microplastics are non-biodegradable, so it takes hundreds of years to decompose. Then steel scrubber. Steel scrubber made up of steel. So the steel production contribute to resource depletion as well as energy consumption. Steel scrubber also release metal ions into waterways and harming the aquatic life. Steel scrubber also scratch and corrode the metal you can see. Also for coconut husk, burning coconut husk release harmful pollutant like carbon monoxide which decrease the air quality. Also the decomposition of coconut husk contribute to greenhouse gas emission. So by using a sustainable scrub, you reduce the plastic, steel as well as the coconut fiber waste. Next. So what can be the detailed solution of this? Sustainable scrubbers do not contribute to plastic pollution. They even break down naturally, turning into compost and hence reducing landfill waste, and it helps in prevention of contamination of waterways with microplastics. The coconut scrubs require minimal processing, and adding on, the cultivation of loofah plants and coconut trees has a low carbon footprint. Loofah plants can be integrated with sustainable farming practices like intercropping, promoting soil health, and coconut fibers, which are often considered as waste, can be repurposed into scrubs. Also, these can be the basis for small businesses and women cooperatives. These green products help the opportunity to educate consumers about the environmental impact of their choices. So next is financial and risk management. So for financial and risk management, we divide our annual plan into three parts. So phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Each phase contain 4 months. So in phase 1, as we are new in the market, so we try to connect with the market and know the market well. So we decided to sell the unit of coconut scrub in 350 units, and loofah scrub also 350 units. So we decided the price of coconut husk, coconut scrubber is 70 rupees and loofah scrubber is 80 rupees. So the monthly revenue we got 50,500, and the production cost will be 28,000. So we divide this into 4 phases. So first phase we contain additional expenses more, so that we can stabilize our product in the market, and so that it is easily available in the market. So we get the monthly revenue of 7,20,000, and total production cost will be 3,84,000, and on additional expenses we spend 42,000, and the net profit we get annually is 2,94,000. Now let's have a look on the implementation strategy. So here is a roadmap for that. Starting with research and development. The first thing that comes to our mind whenever we talk about the business of a product is material sourcing. So we will be contacting some local farms producing coconut and some online suppliers also that specializing in natural raw material. Second is the testing. So rigorous testing can be done to ensure the scrubbers made safely and performance standards. Second is the stability, containing technology integration and market expansion. Technology integration, utilizing online platforms to reach a broader audience is a good idea, right? So this can include setting up our own website or using the already existing marketplaces. Second on the market expansion. So we can engage with local communities and the environmental groups. And also we can host workshops or participate in eco-friendly events that can increase our brand visibility. Third comes the feasibility that includes cost analysis and feedback loop. So basically by carefully analyzing labor, machinery, utilities, transport, etc., we can determine the feasibility as well as the profitability. Next is feedback loop. Using data analytics to track sales, customer feedback, and production efficiency, this will help us to make informed decisions. Next slide. The fourth one is marketing and sales. So for that we require two things: certifications as well as retail partnerships. Now, like obtaining certifications like Fair Trade, Organic, or Eco Cert is a good idea. These labels can build trust as well as credibility. Retail partnerships can be a powerful way to boost the marketing and sales. Retailers that align with our brand values can be like eco-friendly stores, health and wellness shops, and organic markets are great places to start with. The last and the most point is monitoring and evaluation that requires performance metrics and regular reviews. Now, by keeping an eye on the metrics like durability, effectiveness, consumer satisfaction, supply chain efficiency, this can help us to ensure our performance and can increase our brand value, right? So last one is the regular reviews. Incorporating regular reviews can lead to continuous improvement and sustainable growth. So, we conducted a survey to check the implementation of our program. So, in our survey, we had 55 plus responses. So, we conclude the following result from our survey. In figure 1, you can see that almost 90% people believe that a small change in today can make a large impact in future. This means our product has greater chance to grow in the market. In figure 2, you can see that almost 55% people aware of the harmful effect of plastic microwaves, commonly used in sustainable silver. This point proves the positivity of our product and its growth in the market. In figure 3, you can see that more than in figure 3, you can see that more than 50% people buy scrubbers either in monthly or in 2 to 3 months. Or also 7% people buy scrubbers in weekly. So hence we can say that our product is needed throughout the year and its demand is never decreasing. In figure 4, you can see that 5% of individuals are interested in purchasing our scrubbers if the both sustainable and non-sustainable scrubber are available at the same price. In figure 5, you can see that the major obstacle that prevent individuals from switching to sustainable scrubber include lack of availability and unfamiliar with the brand. This implies that there is a need of proper implementation of brand, hence higher cost also mentioned by 23 respondents. This problem is solved by our cost-effective product. Next to impact. So,
पकड़ना ठीक है ठीक नहीं पकड़ो
So we'll be showing a video of how we can make sustainable scrubber. It's actually a lot of
this scrubber we make. Yes.
उनको जल्दी कंक्लूड करने बोलो उनको जल्दी कंक्लूड करने बोलो नहीं करते
Thank you, team, for this wonderful presentation. Now the jury can ask their questions.
Yeah, so this is replacing those iron and those and plastics that we get for pizza. So it's a renewable see, mostly I think what I've written is there are loofahs available. Okay? So this is not, there are some brands, independent brands which are selling. This is nice. I've not seen this in the market. इसके case यहाँ पे इसको pattern है, इसकी branding करेंगे. So you use the word branding in your presentation. It's in marketing. There is no word. Yes. And coconuts. See, commercially available हैं. Coconut scraps and all these kinds of things. So I think if you can make it more. Self-insurance companies packaging करते हैं, उसको market करते हैं, brand करते हैं, let's see if we sell it nice products. Because वो 5 रुपए इधर then वो price point is
foreign coconut is 17.5.
8
So ma'am,
you find people only female people buy it.
so ma'am, so the first cover are also available in market, but the price is like 150 and 200. So we reduce the so people don't buy that. As we also see in our survey, the high cost is also a problem. So we reduce the cost into 80, and I think that much is sufficient.
They want to be the right span of Thank you.
One more question from my side. So you are dealing with the biodegradable product, right? Do you know that it will degrade or to be more specific, it is going to decompose? You know what decomposition is like? So how to deal with that decomposition cost microbial growth in that product if you can say, how to stop?
So sir, as we are new in the market, so we research on that and we make our product भी ज़्यादा खराब ना हो और ज़्यादा लॉन्ग लास्टिंग रहे और हम ये मतलब मंथली हम इतनी क्वांटिटी नहीं सेल कर रही कि और हम कर सकते हैं हम बहुत सारी क्वांटिटी नहीं सेल कर रहे तो उस हिसाब से जो हमारा प्रोडक्ट है वो ज़्यादा डिकम्पोज नहीं होगा
सेल जो आपके biodegradable material होते हैं
You need to mention how many people available, no? So if you put it in the dustbin or all,
secondly, coconut foil हो गया या फिर आप कोई दूसरा material लो उसका क्या understand if term of the business करना तो it will happen. So how to stop? Will you take a solution?
So naturally it breaks down naturally and it can be turned into compost like coconut fibers and loofah plants. They both can be used for compost and this will also promote soil health.
Any question from the other participants? Other teams? Any question?
Very nice presentation. I love the video. Guys, hello. Very nice presentation. But I have this छोटा सा question कि in figure 4 you said according to a market survey if you provide conventional scrub and this scrub at the same price 75% people said they will purchase it. But like दोनों चीजें same class की हैं कि ना एक जो conventional scrub होता है comparable वो 20 rupees का आ जाएगा and this is 70. So how is that market research relevant?
So the loofah and coconut or the loofah scrub are also available in market. अगर आप ये कहो कि लोग उन्हें खरीद नहीं रहे होंगे तो फिर वो मार्केट में अवेलेबल कैसे यानी कि कुछ ना कुछ तो खरीद रहे हैं और हमारा प्रोडक्ट इस प्राइस में अवेलेबल है कि लोग इसे खरीदना प्रेफर करेंगे और ऑल ऑफ द सडन तो हम चेंज नहीं ला सकते इन फ्यूचर अगर हमसे प्राइस कम हो सका तो हम जरूर करेंगे.
Okay, thank you.
And procurement, how will you get the खरीदना भी तो पड़ेगा. Yes, buying from farmers. Yes, there's a cost to it. Yes, we already
Around 28,000 per month. And already went from 50,000 so profit we get 24,000 per month. We know that हम it's our initial phase, so initial phase में हमें थोड़ा अपना business stabilize करना पड़ेगा ताकि हम vendor से और जो भी हमारे sellers हैं उन सबसे हम contact कर सकें और फिर in future हमें और sales में भी हम इसे establish कर पाएंगे और जिस हिसाब से हमारा मतलब ये business है उस हिसाब से वो काफी चलेगा.
I think that will be enough to answer.
Thank you sir. Thank you ma'am.
Does anyone else participate in the question?
बहुत टाइम लगेगा इसमें थोड़ा जल्दी खत्म होगा बहुत टाइम लगेगा भाई 10 सेकंड के लिए जल्दी
Yes,
करना
we made a first cover which is used for sensitive skin. As we already said that the coconut scrubber is on intensive, not for body, but the first scrubber is both for intensive. Also, it has mild bacteria, antibacterial.
the loofah or both.
The loofah. Any more questions?
Thank you, team.
Now, let's move forward. I'd like to invite team Quid Pro Q to give their presentation.
Good afternoon to the esteemed panel of judges. I am Sneha Chuk from Team Quid Pro Quo, and today I am going to present my business model that combines traditional knowledge with sustainable strategies. Next slide, please. Imagine a world where every construction site is not just a pile of bricks and cement, but a solution to two of the biggest problems that we face today: plastic waste and disaster resilience. With India generating 1/5 of the world's plastic pollution and nearly half of our states battling flood risk, it's clear that we need a new approach. Additionally, the slide also highlights that construction industry is responsible for around 11% of global carbon emissions and generate over 1.3 billion tons of waste globally. So, what if we could turn plastic waste into something useful, like a building block for the future? Well, guess what? That's exactly that we have done. Next slide. So the product idea is plastic bricks, and this is how a normal plastic brick is made. But our product has something different, and it is called EcoGuard, and the product philosophy combines sustainability, innovation, and social impact. So a normal plastic brick consists of 70% sand and 30% plastic. So what is different in our EcoGuard? It incorporates a layer of D3O, which is a non-Newtonian fluid, and non-Newtonian fluid actually change their viscosity when applied with shear force. And the same material is in fact used in bulletproof jackets. Moving on. Next slide. So here we have a product prototype. So inside we have a plastic brick, but outside we have a layer of D3O. And I have tried to create a 3D prototype as well. So suppose this is a plastic brick, a normal plastic brick that we already have in our market. But the USP of our business model is that we have added a D3O layer. So let us know the advantages of both. So plastic brick actually has a high compressive strength, has minimal water absorption, and it is also lightweight and more durable, as well as cost efficient. And additionally, layer of D3O is actually manufactured using sustainable practices. It has shock absorbing qualities and it provides protection. So So basically, when anything hard hits the brick, it basically absorbs all the shock, and so the impact is basically absorbed and basically helps it, and it returns to its previous phase, that is a soft and flexible state. Moving on to the market overview. So according to a research by Bonafide Research, the India green building material market is predicted to grow with more than $16% CAGR from 2024 to 2029. And as we can see clearly in these graphs, the cyclone frequency has nearly doubled in last 20 years. And in fact, there is a surge in frequency of extreme floods since late 1990s. So we can actually say that BRICS with D3O can be exceptionally helpful, mainly in natural disaster management because of the additional layer. In the aftermath of natural disasters, there is often an urgent need for shelters and some emergency medical kits. So D3O brick can actually help in making us those shelters. So the brick's quick assembly, durability, and disaster-resistant properties make them an ideal choice for providing safe and secure shelter. So here are some of the potential partnerships. That is some NGOs that actually provide disaster relief, some small construction business owners that we can collaborate with in the initial stage, and the local government offices that we have also discussed in our marketing channel, that collaborating with emergency management agencies, disaster response teams, and environmental protection agencies can help us reach to greater audience. In fact, we can establish the company as a thought leader in the field of natural disaster management, and we can demonstrate the triumph of our bricks to build credibility. In fact, we can provide employment to the rural areas as our corporate social responsibility initiative. Moving on, next slide. We discuss how our solutions integrated indigenous wisdom with modern sustainability practices. So talking about resource utilization, we focus on using recycled materials like plastic and sand, which align with indigenous practices of minimizing waste and reusing materials. This contributes to a circular economy and reduces environmental impact. Talking about innovative modern materials, so by incorporating D3O, a cutting-edge material will enhance the structure's durability, especially in harsh environments, and this mimics traditional methods adopted for resilience. In fact, our approach emphasizes energy efficiency and waste reduction, inspired by ancient building techniques. The plastic brick also offers natural insulation, helping reduce energy consumption and increasing longevity. Talking about community impact and livelihood creation, so through local production of plastic bricks, we not only promote recycling but also create jobs, supporting economic stability and empowering communities. Moving on to the financial projections, that we have estimated the cost of 1 D3O brick to be around 35 rupees by combining the price of a normal plastic brick and the additional layer. So initial cost, the total initial investment would come up to around 55 lakhs, which includes production setup and research and development costs. And the revenue streams include 3 of them, that is partnership with the local construction companies, licensing the technology, and in fact lending it to other companies as well, and direct sales. And the total revenue in the first year will come up to around 5 crore 10 lakhs. That is an estimated amount which is mentioned in the appendix. The assumptions are basically mentioned in the appendix. Moving on. We have moving on to the next slide. We have the implementation roadmap for 4 years, and parallel to that, we have the financial projections for these 3-4 years. So in the first phase, we will test the feasibility of our idea and the performance of our bricks in some of the regions like Assam, West Bengal, and Kerala, and we can collaborate with the local governments as well for regulatory approvals and subsidies. In the phase 2, we can expand the production capacity in order to lower down the cost and build strategic partnership with real estate developers and government bodies and NGOs. In phase 3, we can actually become a national leader by attaining certifications like LEED or GRIHA to build credibility. In fact, government projects like Smart India Mission actually supports such businesses. So basically, we can actually secure long-term contracts with government and private developers as well. In phase 4, we can move internationally and partner with international NGOs. So parallel to these, we have, if we implement, if the roadmap goes in the same way but with the financial projections in the following years, we are expecting 30% increase in cost in year 2 and 20% increase in cost in year 3. So now we are talking about impact analysis. So given the time constraint, I'll not dive deeper into this as we have already discussed all the major problems that we are targeting. But the main that I would like to add is that in the future prospects, we can also actually the bricks are so durable enough that they can actually be used in military as well for making them very shelters in harsh environments. Moving on, we clearly mentioned the competitor analysis. There is no close competitor to D3 or brick as we can see. So, but actually makes us unique is the disaster resistant and energy efficient. The only weakness that we can see here is the cost aspect of it, as it is 35 rupees per brick. But I believe that. But as we see that it has a longer life cycle, so D3 or layered bricks can actually cost more initially, but it can further save 20% in life cycle costs. Moving on. So now we have to monitor and evaluate, as it is very important to check if whether our business plan is working or not. So we can start with checking the environmental impact, post-disaster assessment, and economic impact. In order to collect data, we can go for field surveys and census and monitoring technologies. For evaluation, the bricks performance can be based on some established benchmarks, or ROI can also be looked for. And finally, our feedback loop will help us to not only gather data but also work on it. Moving on. So talking about the growth prospects, as we already discussed that there is a very high potential in green construction industry. So our brick will actually aligns with that. And then talking about scalability. So making manufacturing hubs across India can actually reduce the distribution cost. Technology and okay, just 30 seconds. So we have talked about the alignment with government projects and technology advancement. We can say that we can invest more in R&D, and hence we have the conclusion. Moving on, we have the appendix.
Thank you, Sneha. The jury can ask their questions.
Yeah, so this copyright show can be considered.
Yes, so this is not your regular ChatGPT idea. This is very unique and innovative idea. And as according to my research, when I was researching about this one, I did not find anything close to something like combination of a plastic which would be 3.
Okay, so it's good that it is plastic brick shock absorbed. Can we increase the 10% higher in the future?
Yes, definitely we can look towards more alternatives as D3. We can also see that the cost aspect of it is also very higher, so we can definitely
say we've used 10% of recycled plastic. Can we increase this 10%?
Definitely
we can.
Yes.
With proper research and
yeah.
Second, you saying fees 35 per brick is expensive.
Yes.
It took us so many years just to make sustainable for building things.
Actually,
the additional cost to the construction. Okay, so unless there's some special immediate market for this, some special projects, otherwise it will take a longer time to convince the people to use it. It's good that it's 25% more like circulatory, it's more shock absorbent, it's should be a US in this entire thing, because the other part of the glass, the cement and other are not as strong.
Yes.
So when it comes to environmental and disaster management, it should be used. And everything revolves around it. And then say that we add more of this extra thing like highlighted. And very unique and stable. It should be fascinating to upload.
Can I have one thing for the cost first aspect that actually the primary purpose of this is to basically contribute towards the disaster management, and as it also has longer life cycle, energy efficiency. So these are some of the advantages that I feel actually justifies the premium pricing of it. And yes, that as the initial stage we cannot actually use it for commercial purposes because it is.
I mean, there are different zones to
Yeah.
transfers, right? So some zones may not be needed. So there are zones which are high and transfer may needed. So there are many factors to it. But more studies would like
Okay, I would like to know that have you carefully studied the effect of heat and chemical interactions on your brain material? Have you done any study of impact of the heat? Because you know India is tropical country.
Okay.
Continuous heat will be there.
Yeah.
And moreover in the environment there are numerous chemicals will be present throughout the year. Impact of these factors on your construction material.
Okay, so as far as I know, that as per my research of D3O material is actually it is temperature like it can actually face harsh environments as well as it can actually work in different temperatures as well. So yes, it is heat resistant also.
What about impact of chemicals? Because you know acid rain, we chemicals come out. You will find plenty of the chemicals in your atmosphere. Their impact on your construction material.
D3O is made with sustainable practices. Moreover, the latest research that I came to know about is that D3O has recently also started incorporating sugar cane also as of a biodegradable material. So chemicals as of now, I don't. In fact, in order to reduce the heat, increase the heat resistant qualities of it, more chemical. There's one chemical, I am not from science background, but there is one chemical that can be actually in D3O to make it more heat resistant. And so as of now, D3O is not that, like it does not include that much of chemicals, it is made of with sustainable.
and this material is available.
Yeah, it is actually used in bulletproof jackets and sports guards, so that's why
They are using it.
yeah.
And you have enough of it for the large commercial.
Yes. In fact, there are other non-Newtonian fluids as well that can be explored, so the pricing can also be decreased if any other non-Newtonian fluid is found fit for the plastic bag purpose. Right now, I am just focused on D3.
I think that will be
I think it's an endless question. Right?
yeah, on our part. So now it is open for the other participants or teams. More questions? I think we can go along.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, team.
As we await the next presentation, let's take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication these teams have put into crafting their business plans. It's incredible to see young entrepreneurs thinking critically about sustainability and indigenous wisdom to shape the future.
Now, moving forward, we invite our next team, Team Pixies, to present their business plan.
Others were involved.
तक निकलेंगे वो 4:30 लेके ही निकलेंगे 4:30 तक नहीं हो पाएगा भाई बोल देंगे
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Harithkram for the opportunity that you have given us. So, before we start, I just want to share a clip with you all, guys.
please.
Idols were immersed into the Yamuna River in the national capital.
Okay. So after watching this, I'm pretty sure you all must have gotten a small glimpse कि हमारा topic is चीज के ऊपर mainly water pollution which is caused because of the idols जो हम लोग विसर्जन करते हैं. For example अभी नवरात्रि थी, गणेश चतुर्थी भी थी, करोच में लोग सेलिब्रेट करते हैं तो idols जो होते हैं आपको पता है कि POP से मोस्टली बनते हैं because of cost effectiveness. So हमारी मेन प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि हम लोग ये नहीं क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं कि आप लोग विसर्जन मत कीजिए, but maybe we should give and provide them a responsible way of doing so. So I present to you project IUMurti. So IUMurti is a concrete place which connects the gap जो एक स्ट्रेट आर्टिस्ट में होता है, स्ट्रेट क्राफ्ट्समैन में होता है, who is making eco-friendly मूर्तिज and it connects to the consumers who are actually aware about this issue. Talking about the next one, implementation, that how are we actually planning to do so. First of all, talking about concept कि हमारा main concept क्या है यहाँ पे. हमारा main concept है कि जो POP से मूर्तिज बनती हैं तो उनको अल्टरनेटिव चेंज करके मूर्तिज जो होती है उनको प्लेस पे शिफ्ट करें कि प्लेस से बनाएं एक नेचुरल फॉर्म में ताकि वाटर को एब्सॉर्ब कर सके, ये नॉन टॉक्सिक रहेगा. So for this, हमारा पहला जो main concern था sourcing of raw materials. So for that we are trying to collaborate with the skilled and local artisans and local suppliers. क्योंकि उन लोगों को अच्छे से knowledge है कि इन मूर्तियों के लिए क्या perfect रहेगा. After that talking about manufacturing. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के अंदर हम लोग जो आर्टिशंस हैं उनको रिक्रूट करेंगे विच आर स्किल्ड एंड हम लोग ट्रेन करेंगे विच इज अबाउट इको फ्रेंडली मेथड्स कि हम उस मूर्ति को इको फ्रेंडली कैसे बना सकते हैं एंड कंबाइनिंग देयर स्किल्स एंड दिस नॉलेज आई एम प्रीटी श्योर दे विल बी पुटिंग अ गुड रिजल्ट इन दिस. After that we can talk about the quality assurance that yes we will be taking quality checks and कि वो standards से meet कर रहा है या नहीं at the end. After that taking next point कि हम लोग इसको मार्केट कैसे लेके आएंगे. So हमारा मेनली दो कॉन्सेप्ट रहेंगे, फिर दो स्ट्रैटेजीज हैं. पहला ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म जो कि हम टेक्नोलॉजी का हम सपोर्ट हेल्प मिलेगा क्योंकि हम मोबाइल ऐप्स और वेबसाइट्स का यूज करेंगे. सेकेंडली वी हैव कोलैबोरेशंस with our retail shops जो कि religious goods supply करते हैं. After that, talking about technology, हम लोगों का जो वेबसाइट्स और जो हमारे मोबाइल ऐप्स रहेंगे वो इंटीग्रेटेड रहेंगे with digital trackings और हमारा जो पेमेंट गेटवेज होते हैं for smooth transactions. Also जो हमारा पूरा ट्रांजेक्शंस होंगे, जो भी हमारे ऑर्डर्स होंगे वो प्री-बुक रहेंगे. After that, we have how we can increase the range और हम लोग इसकी reach कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं. There are two main methods. First one we have is partnerships, collaborating with influencers, collaborating with institutions, religious institutions, for example मंदिर हो गए या फिर जो हमारे बड़े-बड़े institutions होते हैं, हम उससे collaborate करेंगे so that they can aware people about it. After that, we have marketing strategies. Of course, आज के time में marketing strategies are so we have to use that. Instagram हो गया, Facebook ads हो गए, we are going to use them. ताकि हम लोग हमारा टारगेट ऑडियंस को तक रीच कर सकें. हमारी सर्च ऑप्टिमाइजेशन में हम लोग बेस्ट बनाने की कोशिश करेंगे. ओके, दैट्स फ्रॉम माय साइड. आफ्टर दैट आई विल गेट टू
Thank you, Anush. So let's talk about the financial aspects of the business. So firstly, we have the COGS, that is cost of goods sold. So it is a crucial element of our expense of our company. Like in this, we have a direct expense that will be incurred for the creation of our murti. So let's say in the material we will be using the clay for our murtis and the paint for the finishings and the other such materials. For the labor purposes, we will be giving the wages and salaries to the skilled or trainee artisans so that they can create crafts each and every murti with love and care. And there are other manufacturing overheads such as like we will be making it totally online, so there will be a website development expense, social media marketing expense, and let's come by the effective management of cost HYS, we will be optimizing the production process and ensure that each and every murti will be affordable and profitable. So our revenue, so basically our revenue is the income that will be generating by selling our murtis, and by setting a competitive price and effective marketing strategies, we will maximize our revenue and profit as well. So let's come to the next slide. In this we can see that we have given a sample of quantity 1 and quantity 2 of 20 feet murti. So let's see, in the first one quantity we have estimated that we will earn the revenue of 14,000 to 15,000, and our COGS is 7,700. This is the approximate amount which will give us the approximate gross profit of 50%. In this, the hidden expenses are some expenses are hidden, but yeah, it is it will give us approximately 50% of it. And let's say in the last point is that in this we are dealing with the wholesalers or retailers. Let's say we are affiliated with some customers are from Jammu. So in Jammu we have a certain wholesalers which we have a tie-up. So वो हमारा product कुछ ऐसे तो sell नहीं करेंगे ना. They will ask certain amount from us and कि हम क्या उनको offer करें. So we will be offering them around 10 to 15% of our gross profit, because and that will lead us to the left with us with the approximate amount gross profit by approximate like 30 to 35 to 40%. So moving on to next slide. Let's talk about the competition. So how will we stand out from the competition? So there are three key aspects. That is superior quality. As you know, we are making murti out of clay. That means it is eco-friendly and beautiful and sustainable at the same time. So second point is we will create a strong branding. Like we will be doing the social media marketing, influencer things, and like we will be make our face recognizable in the public. And for the last point, I'll say that we will make a strategic partnerships with the NGOs, government, influencers, so that we can expand our reach and make an impact.
So, what is value proportion? Value proportion, the amount of value that we are putting in right now in the market from our side, that is Project IOM. Artisans from India, they did a good job in eco-friendly structure. They started with it and they just started with it. They don't continue with it. The logistics and the clear-oriented value is not up to the mark. There's a big thumbs up in the logistics and the clear-oriented business that GBM idols and temples are putting in, but the IOMurti, a thumbs up in logistics, clear-oriented and eco-friendly too, that is GBM idols lacks. So in the value proportion, there's a big thumbs up to IOMurti. Now, if I talk about risk and mitigation strategies, so there is a risk in every type of project and every sort of project. There are three risks that we are just telling you. Consumers may not be willing to pay the premium or an extra amount that they need to pay over a traditional method of buying POP movies. So they do by this if we give a proper education, offer competitive pricing, and by how we can do it, this through social media marketing, and yeah. So the risk too is difficulty in sourcing high quality clay and consistent supply from local artisans. It's a big task. By how we can do it, just developing a strong bond and strong relations from the supply chain that we are in collaboration with, and diversifying the sources in whole country that we usually will definitely do. So the risk, that is a big task that competitors online booking platform may experience technical difficulties or security breaches. We are not expertise in this tech issue, but yeah, what advice we have got that totally rely on the codes rather than artificial intelligence and taking regular updates and backing up the whole data. So on the board, the same lines, next we have what impact we are making from this project. We are making an impact. The impact would be in the form of environmental impact, social impact, and economical impact. If we talk about environmental impact, we are totally against water pollution, and our tagline includes it too. So reduction in water pollution, promotion of biodegradable materials, that is clay, bamboos. Bamboos do grow in water, so it's a completely biodegradable material. Reduction in non-biodegradable waste, that includes POPs. So yeah, social impact we are making through this empowering the local artisans. Economical impact we are making through local economies, boost job creation and employment. So next we have a long-term ecosystem balance. We are not talking about a short-term ecosystem balance. We are here to just introduce our mode to everyone. We are not talking about just non-targetable things. Our target audience includes devotee individuals, religious organizations, and even planners and decorers. Yeah, that's from our side. Thank you, Project IMT Sustainability starts with you.
Thank you, team. Now jury can ask their questions.
I'll make two comments I've written that it's not a daily need product, right? It's not a daily need. It's only festival based. When people buy such things, which happens 5 times, 10 times in a year. So scalability, the market and other things will be considered. And already play and other material are available, but they're expensive, but the cost is different. So street markets में आपको product they pay
So the thing is, there are different types of claim. First, I can answer the question that I repeat the question. There are 4 to 5 times in a year that we are going to take the business.
100 festivals समझ लो, but still it's only festival based. It's not that every day I buy a clay murti put in my house. People don't
Completely.
because the other
Completely.
and we always buy for festivals.
I agree with it. But the thing is, we are planning to just get into the market field. We will definitely establish the market and we aim at sustainability, not the POPs. We can just make the POP murtis and just distribute in the local distributors, wholesalers, retailers in the regular markets. But we don't aim that. We aim how we can just contribute towards sustainability and go against water pollution. And we can just go into the market through sustainable Ganesh murtis that we are making. But once we get into the market, we can just establish whole market and just prove our point that we are in the favor of sustainability.
I just want to add to that. As you said, festivals सारे बहुत कम आते हैं, but the thing is उसका impact होता है. Like I know कि बहुत कम हो रहा है.
Volume. नहीं, the product volume.
Sorry. Product volume. Yes, you are right. So the thing is, I'm taking the example of Hyderabad, most famous for Ganesh Chaturthi, right? At the time of Visarjan, the traffic jam, you must have seen it. The impact it makes into the water bodies, it's huge. So that's what we are trying to think of. Secondly, in Hinduism, in many festivals, we idealize or we use the idols to reflect our gods. So that's something. And every for example, it's not about just Durga, it's not about just Ganesh Chaturthi. It's about we have Lakshmi Pujan. We have many other festivals where we use these idols. So yeah, that's all.
Okay, I don't have any questions from my side. I would like to appreciate that you have included that limitation activity or stand in the presentation very lightly. More it out like whatever the risk factors. Actually, be duly considered by any entrepreneur or any startup. Thank you.
The stage is open for the other participating teams. They can ask their questions. No questions? Thank you, team.
Thank you guys.
Now, we would like to invite our next team, Team Moorpark.
Zero audience watching.
Good afternoon, Shams. My name is Harithkram, and the industry I'm working on is organic waste management. So, coming on to the problem statement. So, I think that we all are very much aware about the problem statement. That is organic waste management. We all are consumers and we all produce organic waste, but the problem is when such organic waste gets mixed with plastic waste or other contaminants and it leads to the massive problem. It goes to landfills and produces harmful gases like methane. So that is the problem. And why that problem is occurring is because of growing urbanization, limited infrastructure. Government do not have enough good infrastructure for composting, for biogas plants, and etc. And yeah, environmental concerns. Next slide. So yeah, the current methods rely on landfilling, basically the organic waste is such an important resource for us, but this resource is being wasted by going on into the landfills. So I think that there is an opportunity in this market, and it leads to increased cost for filling it. The plastics, in order to recycle, we need it to be cleaned. Otherwise, the plastic would not go for recycling purpose. Just to give you a brief overview, out of total waste generated, only 70% of waste is collected, and out of that 70% waste collected, only 19% waste goes undergoes treatment. But what about that 50% part? That 50% part, that 50% remaining waste goes to landfills, and out of the total waste which goes to landfills, around 50 to 60% of waste is organic waste, which can be composted, which can be used for making biofertilizers, and which can be used in other opportunities like that scrubbers, that scrubber startup. We can use that coconut husk for making scrubs and whatnot. So coming on to the next slide, coming on to the solution statement. Yeah. So what I have planned is setting up of decentralized collection points. As our panelists said, that we have to go to our roots in order to deal with this problem. We have to make a system where we can collect such organic waste at a root level. So for that, what I'm going to do is we are going to set up decentralized collection points where all such organic waste generators like flower markets, vegetable markets, and our households, like let's say we say that we should segregate our waste into dry waste and wet waste, but after segregating it, where do we give it to? How we can make compost out of it? It's a really hectic task to make compost out of it, especially in households. So the idea is to set decentralized collection points where such waste generators can sell their waste to us, and we will be monetizing such organic waste. We will be giving some monetary incentives to them. For next slide, please. So monetizing of organic waste. For that, basically the waste generators, who are regular waste generators, like vegetable dealers, who produces like restaurants, like municipalities, parks, and households, who produces organic waste, they can sell their organic waste to us, and we will be compensating them. So the compensation will be based on the two factors. The first one is quality, that whether the waste they are giving is segregated or not. And after that, there's one more factor, that what type of waste are they giving? Are they giving us brown waste, or are they giving us green waste? The brown waste is basically leaves and other plants, and and the green waste is basically the vegetable waste. So coming on to the next slide. So after collecting such waste, what are we going to do is, previously my idea was to make compost out of it by myself, but now I believe that making compost is a technological task, and it requires a lot of research, and it's purely technical based. So we will be outsourcing that service. Actually, not outsourcing. We will be selling such waste to third-party partnerships who will be making biogas out of it, who will be making compost out of it, and other useful products like that startup. And we will be dealing in all types of organic waste, like coconut husk, like straws, that agriculture straws, and household waste, household vegetable waste, and other types of waste, which can be used for multiple purposes. And so, coming on to the next slide. Yeah, impact analysis for businesses, it's obviously a reduced cost, improved sustainability, and financial incentive. Actually, we have to pay some amount for proper waste management, But in this case, businesses can earn a financial incentive. For households, it's a convenience. They can contribute to the environmental impact. They can have community benefits. And talking about government, reduce landfill waste, improve environmental quality, job creation. For environment, it's really great, I think. It's a really great for environment by its reduced landfill waste, improved air quality, soil health, water conservation, resource recovery, especially for soil. It's a really a good resource for soil. Soil really needs the compost and the biofertilizers. Talking about the feasibility and ability. So they are the major potential challenges which we are going to face is basically the initial investment for setting the decentralized collection points would be really high. So and individuals may not segregate their waste properly. I asked my mom to segregate such the waste into wet waste and dry waste, but my mom said that it's really difficult task to segregate such waste. So how I'm gonna segregate such waste? So individuals may not segregate their waste properly, and there could be a challenge in securing necessary partnerships. There will be high operating costs because of logistics, and generating sufficient revenue could be a problem in long run. And offering competitive pricing could be also a problem. But in that case, I would say that I have conducted extensive market research wherever I go, like whenever I go for having गन्ने का जूस, so I ask भैया क्या आप उस गन्ने का जूस का छिलका करते हैं क्या? वो कहते हैं हमें करना है। एक बार फिर वो बाकी MCD उसको मिक्स कर देती है अदर वेस्ट के साथ and ultimately it goes to landfills. So अगर हमने यहाँ पे उन्हें लालच दिया of monetary incentive, so I'm sure that they will be segregating it and they will be saving that waste for us and they will sell it to us, even if they are getting some minimal amount of them. Coming on to the next slide. The revenue model is very simple. We will be receiving funds from centralized third party, and we will be compensating waste generators. The balance would be our profit. Next slide, please. I would like to skip that slide for now. It's basically a summary. So I would like to skip that slide. Next slide, please. Key performance indicators. The amount of organic waste successfully diverted from landfill and transformed into compost would be our first KPI. And the second would be how many businesses, individuals are participating in our startup. That would be our second KPI. Third, that we are able to generate sufficient revenue. And the fourth one is our project's ability to expand in different parts. In different states. So that would be a good area. Okay. Thank you, Shaz.
But I don't think they'll provide you investment.
The jury can ask their questions.
Okay, this thing is already happening. There are many startups and people who are planning to do this for many years. But honestly, it's a big logistic issue and concern. Okay, I'm just being very candid. Okay? It's not that it's not doable; it's doable. But door to door, vendor to vendor, you want to pick up the waste, and like you said, sugarcane example, or door to door, or commercial, you want to pick up those products. और the waste generators, तो आप उनको कह रहे हो कि हम आपको 10 रुपए किलो और 20 रुपए ऐसे दे देंगे, आप इकट्ठा करके रखो, हम रोज आपसे ले लेंगे, right?
Actually, ma'am, here since we are giving them incentives, monetary incentives, so we are not gonna collect such waste from them. They are gonna come to us. They are gonna come to our decentralized collection. They are gonna sell their waste, just like the recycling industry. In some cases, recyclers also came to our house.
It's an extra effort to sell the waste. What difficult there, but doable there, but difficult there. We are not able to achieve everything.
But in first, I have mentioned that we are going to establish such decentralized collection points in a circumference of 2 kilometer areas. So I don't think that it would be a much more, it would be.
I mean, this is the only, rest everything is doable. But this whole logistic things in waste management is still an issue, in spite of everyone's effort, government's effort and everything. But that's something we have to. In terms of practicability and feasibility, people have not been successful.
I don't have any question to ask, but I very appreciate that you delivered the whole presentations in that time. It's a great thing to do. Okay, good answer. Any questions from the participants for the other teams? Anyone? Okay. Okay.
I wanted to know that since you said that huge capital investment will be required, so what are your strategies on raising that capitalization?
Actually, what I have planned for now is I'm not going to set up this idea in large scale. For going into the market, my go-to market strategy would be going in the like one area only and covering that area only. For now, I am doing pilot model in my colony only. So there it is a success. They do not require any monetization for any waste. But yeah, I think that if we go in the large scale, then we require huge capital investments. But for go-to-market strategy, I do not require any single money till now. I'm doing this model for last 1 year, and I haven't raised any investment or any money. And I am able to generate funds out of this project for my colony. But yeah.
Did you know that these compositions also release greenhouse gas? So how do you tackle such problem?
Yeah, for that, so such organic waste generates greenhouse gases only if such waste goes to landfills. If such waste is not treated properly, if it gets mixed with other waste, then it would be a problem. As I said, that if it gets mixed with other types of waste, it would not be composted. Once it gets composted using aerobic composting method, it would not generate a single greenhouse gas. That's for sure.
How much you're able to generate if you want to share colony we have to with a project? You're doing a small project in your colony. So just take the
I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. So 1 year before, I set my waste collectors, my sweepers, that जो साफ करते हैं साफ करते हैं मैंने उन्हें बोला पिछले साल कि what do you actually do of these leaves? So they said that they either burn them or they either dispose it in the MCD, etc. So I said that please give that waste to me. So I have asked permission from my colony to give me a small area of the park, and what I did was I just collected that small such organic waste in that area, and after 1 to 2 months, the high quality compost is made, and further I am able to sell that compost. Not sell that. Actually, I use that compost for my own use only. But and also they do not. They haven't demanded any money from me for that waste. But yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harithkram.
Now moving forward, I'd like to invite our next team, Team Parkers, to the stage.
Good morning to all in one present here. I am Adam Mehta and I am very excited to share my idea of park with this drive with peace. Next slide. तो हमने देखा है कि इंडिया ऑटोमोबाइल्स के मामले में 3rd नंबर पे है ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड एंड वी हैव द सेकंड लार्जेस्ट रोड नेटवर्क आफ्टर यूएसए. पर फिर भी हम पार्किंग प्रॉब्लम्स में और ट्रैफिक जैम्स में अभी भी फंसे हुए हैं. मैं डेली कर जाता हूँ तो जो 20 मिनट का रास्ता है वो 1 घंटे तक एक्सटेंड हो जाता है. सो पार्किंग प्रॉब्लम्स हर कोई फेस कर रहा है एनसीआर में, खासकर मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज में. तो मेन रीजन है इसका रॉन्ग पार्किंग, parking in no parking zones, double parking, blocking traffic flow, parking on sidewalks and blocking driveways. मेन रीजन यही है कि लोगों को अभी तक पार्किंग करनी नहीं है कि कहाँ करनी है, कैसे करनी है. और आज भी हम ये प्रॉब्लम फेस करते हैं या किसी मैरिजेस में जाएं या इवेंट्स में जाएं. तो आप देख रहे हो लास्ट 4 इयर्स में ग्राफ राइज हो रहा है रॉन्ग पार्किंग के केसेस का. इसका मेन रीजन है प्रॉपर साइनेज नहीं है, मतलब कोई भी साइंस यूज नहीं हो रहे ढंग से. गवर्नमेंट कुछ नहीं कर रही उसके लिए कि साइंस होना चाहिए कि लोग प्रॉपर पार्किंग करें और नो पार्किंग में पार्क ना करें. एडिक्वेट पार्किंग स्पेसेस नहीं है हमारे पास. ऑल्सो वी हैव ड्राइवर लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस नहीं है अभी भी ड्राइवर्स में. अभी भी रोड के इस साइड पार्क करेंगे तक और जिनकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो. कैन यू मूव टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो यू कैन ऑल्सो सी दैट ट्वीट बाय आईसी बेंगलुरु द आईटी कैपिटल. एक जगह पे जाने के लिए ड्राइविंग से 44 मिनट्स लगते हैं, बट वही डिस्टेंस आप पहले चल के 42 मिनट्स में कवर कर रहे हो. तो आप देख सकते हो कि ये प्रॉब्लम कितनी बढ़ चुकी है अभी भी. तो हम की प्रॉब्लम्स का इमरजेंसी रिस्पॉन्स डिलेज, जैसे कि आप देख रहे हो कि आज भी ट्रैफिक के बीच कोई भी साइड नहीं होगा, आज भी एम्बुलेंस वहीं खड़ी है जहाँ पे खड़ी होती है. और कितनी लाइफ या फिर डेथ देखते हैं हम एम्बुलेंस के बीच में, खासकर एनसीआर सिटीज में. और ट्रैफिक एक्सीडेंट्स इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं क्योंकि स्पेस नहीं होता प्रॉपर और गलती से रेस वगैरह से तो एक्सीडेंट्स वहाँ पे भी हो रहे हैं. ट्रैफिक जैम्स इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं और कंजेशन भी इंक्रीज हो रही है. एनवायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि हर टाइप का पोल्यूशन आ रहा है और रिसोर्सेज बेच रहा है, खासकर फ्यूल और स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, मतलब एंजाइटी की वो अपने प्लेसेस पे पहुंच नहीं पा रहे हैं और प्रॉपर लाइफ बैलेंस भी नहीं हो पा रहा उनका, क्योंकि हर जगह ट्रैवल करने में 2 to 3 आवर्स लग जाते हैं जो नॉर्मल डे का टाइम कंज्यूम करते हैं उनका. यू कैन सी दैट donut chart which represent the environmental degradation 23%, emergency response delay 30%, increased congestion 25% and rest 22%. Move to the next slide. तो अब हर इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स है तो सोल्यूशन भी चाहिए उस चीज़ का. तो हम इसको टेक्नोलॉजी से या फिर एक ऐप डेवलप करके वो टैकल करेंगे. तो बेसिकली क्या है कि हम ऐप डेवलप करेंगे जिसमें एयर टैग का और क्यूआर कोड का इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे. तो हमारा स्टेप स्टार्ट कैसे होगा कि जहाँ पे भी हमारा एक पर्सन या यूजर होगा जो हमारी ऐप को यूज करेगा वो आइडेंटिफाई करेगा रॉन्ग पार्क व्हीकल्स को. जैसे मान फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे कोई गाड़ी रॉन्गली पार्क है और मैं यूजर हूँ तो मैं ऐप खोलूँगा और जो क्यूआर और एयर टैग वहाँ पे इंटीग्रेट होगा तो वो हम यूज करेंगे जिसको स्कैन करेगा. उसके बाद वो रिपोर्ट करेगा, फोटो भेजेगा और लोकेशन भेजेगा, क्योंकि फेक रिपोर्ट्स भी हो सकती हैं जो भी अगर वहाँ पे रिपोर्ट करने जाएगा उस रॉन्ग पार्क कार का. तो पहले तो हम क्या करेंगे कि उसको एक रिंग अलर्ट ही भेजेंगे, क्योंकि फोन कॉल्स के सबको प्रॉब्लम होती है कि वो 5 मिनट्स के अंदर अपनी कार को वहाँ से प्रॉपर्ली हटा ले या फिर सही कर ले. तो 5 मिनट के बाद हम क्या करेंगे उसको डायरेक्टली फ़ोन कॉल करेंगे. अब फ़ोन कॉल में सबको ये दिक्कत आती है कि प्राइवेसी, कि मेरा फ़ोन नंबर उसके पास जाएगा या फिर मैं फ़ोन करूँगा उसके पास मेरी कॉल डिटेल्स या ट्रू कॉलर से वो मेरा नाम हर चीज़ जान सकता है. तो इस प्रॉब्लम को टैकल करने के लिए जैसे ज़ेप्टो और ब्लिंकिट वर्चुअल कॉलिंग यूज़ करते हैं डिफरेंट नंबर्स, जिससे नंबर भी रिवील ना हो और आइडेंटिटी भी रिवील ना हो और वो वहाँ पे फ़ोन कॉल कर सके. अगर उसके बाद भी कुछ नहीं होता तो हम पेनल्टीज चार्ज कर सकते हैं बाय कोलैबोरेटिंग विद गवर्नमेंट. क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट के साथ कोलैब करेंगे तो ईजी होएगा, अपने प्रोजेक्ट का जो इम्पैक्ट लाना है वो हमारे लिए ईजी हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. तो फीचर्स क्या क्या होंगे हमारे ऑटोमेटेड टिकटिंग सिस्टम. जो भी हम क्या कहते हैं रॉन्ग पार्किंग करेगा तो उसका जो कंप्लेंट्स वगैरह फाइन्स होंगे उसमें से हम 10% चार्ज करेंगे कि गवर्नमेंट जो हमारे मान लो 100 रुपीज़ अमाउंट है गवर्नमेंट फाइन दे रही है तो हम उसका 10% एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म फी देंगे ताकि हम अर्न भी कर सकें वहाँ से. टोइंग फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करेंगे. ये हम आउटसोर्सिंग करेंगे कि बस एक कोलैब कर सकते हैं जो भी टोइंग फैसिलिटीज प्रोवाइड करते हैं. ऑल्सो इमरजेंसी असिस्टेंस भी प्रोवाइड हो सकती है कि क्योंकि एयर टैग्स का काम है प्रिसाइज लोकेशन बताना. एयर टैग प्रिसाइज लोकेशन बताएगा तो इजी होएगा कि कहाँ पे इमरजेंसी की नीड है तो हम एयर टैग से इमरजेंसी असिस्टेंस प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। पार्किंग अवेलेबिलिटी फाइंडर, ये भी हम कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये भी बाद में लार्ज स्केल में होगा। ये भी छोटा सा पार्ट है, पहले हमें मार्केट में आना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इसके लिए जो अभी मार्केट ग्रो कर रही है 2040 तक हम ईवीज में जब सेंसर्स हमारे पास अच्छे होंगे, लेकिन ये फॉरेन में हो सकता है अभी भी, पर यहाँ नहीं सकते क्योंकि प्रॉपर सेंसर्स नहीं है। अभी भी हम मिडिल क्लास है तो वो इतना अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाता। अगर इन फ्यूचर ईवीज जैसे डेवलप हो रही है तो हम वहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट कर पाएंगे। और जो सेंसर है लाइक वोल्वो बेस्ट कार आई थिंक इन सेफ्टी। सो व्हेन आई एम गोइंग थ्रू बस, मैंने देखा कि वहाँ पे इतने अच्छे सेंसर कि हमें साइड में दिख रहा है कि बस कितनी दूर है, प्रॉपर मेजरमेंट है। जब हम प्रीमियम सेगमेंट्स में आ जाएंगे या फिर इंडिया जब ग्रो करेगा तब हम वहाँ पे एंटर कर सकते हैं। ट्रैफिक फ्लो इनसाइट्स, अब हमारी ऐप के एनालिटिक्स से हम ये देख सकते हैं कि ट्रैफिक इस एरिया में कब ज़्यादा है कब कम है, और वैसे हम एआई से इंटीग्रेट करके ट्रैफिक फ्लो देख सकते हैं। हम ट्रैफिक लाइट्स देखते हो अभी भी 120 सेकंड 180 सेकंड ट्रैफिक है नहीं, फिर भी लोग इतनी देर वहाँ पे खड़े हैं। अगर हम वहाँ पे एआई का यूज़ करें और अपनी ऐप से इंटीग्रेट करवाएं तो वो चीज़ें बदल सकते हैं। जो 180 सेकंड है हम उसको 60 सेकंड्स में ला सकते हैं। तो हम बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स, इमरजेंसी रिस्पॉन्स डिलेज, ट्रैफिक एक्सीडेंट, सेफ्टी रिस्क, इससे हेल्प कर सकते हैं। इम्पैक्ट करेगा, सोशल इम्पैक्ट में हम फ्यूल बहुत ज़्यादा सेव कर सकते हैं। ऑल्सो टाइम कम लगेगा, और जब हम ये ऐप बनाएंगे तो क्या होगा, हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट देंगे, बेटर एक्सेसिबिलिटी होगी रोड्स की, और लोकल मार्केट से हम इजीली कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे। एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट, कंजेशन रिड्यूस होएगा, और वेस्टेज ऑफ फ्यूल कम होएगा, और लेस पोल्यूशन ड्यू टू ट्रैफिक जैम्स। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। अब कॉस्ट, कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करना इनिशियल कॉस्ट होगी, ऐप डेवलपमेंट की कॉस्ट, स्मार्ट सेंसर्स और जो भी हम आईटी डिवाइसेस यूज करेंगे, मार्केटिंग का मेन खर्चा, और स्टाफिंग और लीगल एंड रेगुलेटरी कॉस्ट। ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट में क्या होगा कि ऐप मेंटेनेंस, अपग्रेड्स, सेंसर मेंटेनेंस जो रेगुलर टू रेगुलर हमें करना पड़ेगा, और स्टाफ सैलरीज और मार्केटिंग कस्टमर एक्विजिशन। अब नीचे जैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट कॉस्ट तो ये एनालाइज करना बहुत मुश्किल था, तो मैंने एआई की हेल्प से और गूगल पे सर्च करके देखा कि जो स्टार्टअप्स चल रहे हैं तो उनकी इनिशियल कॉस्ट कितनी आती है। अराउंड 1.5 CR टू 2.5 CR के अराउंड कॉस्ट आएगी स्टार्टिंग में। लेकिन अगर इसका इम्पैक्ट देखें एनसीआर सिटीज़ में और मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज़ जो भी हमारे बेंगलुरु, मुंबई, तो हम वहाँ से ट्रैफिक बहुत हद तक कम कर सकते हैं। 2 to 3% भी अगर ट्रैफिक कम होता है तो बहुत फ़ायदा होगा, क्योंकि इतना 2 to 3% में मिलियंस ऑफ कार्स हैं। अगर देखें तो कितना फ्यूल हम बचा सकते हैं, और जो कि आजकल ईवीज पे हम आ रहे हैं, लेकिन फ्यूल अभी भी हर जगह यूज होता है, चाहे कोई भी फ्यूल ले लो। तो ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट जो आएगी, लेकिन पहले साल में लॉस क्लियर करना पड़ेगा। एनुअल चार्जिंग फीस हम करेंगे जो होगी अराउंड 200, हर साल की रिन्यू होगी। पार्किंग फीस कमीशन लेंगे, और इन ऐप एडवर्टाइजिंग, ड्राइंग सर्विसेज एंड रेफरल प्रोग्राम्स। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। तो अब कैश फ्लो भी मेंटेन करना है, डेट पे तो हर चीज चल नहीं सकती, और कैश फ्लो हर किसी को पे करना है। तो पहले हम टास्क को बाइफरकेट कर लेंगे, मैनुअल टास्क और ऑटोमेटिक टास्क। मतलब जितने भी टास्क हम ऑटोमेशन में ला सकते हैं उसको ऑटोमेशन में लाएंगे, और इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे कि जल्दी से जल्दी हम एफिशिएंसी और इफेक्टिवनेस को ले पाएँ अपने उसमें। और हम कैश बैलेंस, रिसीवेबल्स डेली चेक करेंगे क्वार्टरली, ताकि कैश फ्लो बढ़ा सके और कोलैबोरेशन कर सके हर डिपार्टमेंट का। एडिशनल स्ट्रेटजीज में लॉयल्टी प्रोग्राम, जो लोग को डिस्काउंट, पार्टनर विद लोकल बिजनेस, डायरेक्ट प्राइसिंग, मतलब डायनेमिक प्राइसिंग कर सकते हैं कि इस टाइम से इस टाइम तक अगर वहाँ पे पार्किंग हुई तो उसके रेट डिसाइड होंगे, और सर्च के टाइम पे हम रेट्स डिफरेंट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। तो ये पूरा मार्केटिंग इम्प्लीमेंटेशन प्लान है, जिसमें पहले रिसर्च करनी पड़ेगी, फिर कोलैबोरेट करेंगे, ऐप डेवलपमेंट एंड टेक्नोलॉजी करना पड़ेगा, फिर इंट्रोडक्शन, मतलब कि अब अपनी ऐप को बाहर एक क्या कह सकते हैं टेस्टिंग पे लेके जाना पड़ेगा कि वो वर्क करेगी प्रॉपर्ली या नहीं करेगी। तो उसके बाद फीडबैक लूप जो अपने कस्टमर से लेंगे। अब मार्केटिंग हम एसईओ से कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं गवर्नमेंट के पास जाना प्रेफर करूँगा, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट को पता है कि कैसे हम पूरे इंडिया में लोकल नेटवर्क कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, तो मेरा मार्केटिंग का खर्चा वहाँ से बच सकता है और अवेयरनेस भी आएगी। और सपोर्ट सर्विसेज 24/7, मॉनिटरिंग एंड परफॉर्मेंस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन एंड स्केलिंग एक्सपेंशन। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। So evaluation plan, so what we have to check efficiency, average search time देखेंगे कि पार्किंग लेने में लोगों को कितना एवरेज सर्च टाइम लग रहा है, कि उनको पार्किंग उस टाइम के अंदर मिल रही है या नहीं। और रिस्पॉन्स टाइम देखेंगे इमरजेंसी उस टाइम तक पहुंच पाए, तो ये डेली चेक करना पड़ेगा। इफेक्टिवनेस सक्सेस रेट की कितने लोगों को पार्किंग मिलती है और रॉन्ग पार्किंग इंसिडेंट्स कम हो रहे हैं। इनफैक्ट में कंजेशन रिडक्शन देखेंगे डिजीज।
Now jury can ask their questions.
What is the competitive? कितने apps हैं आपके जिसमें तीन हैं?
आई थिंक
आपका it is the complete parking solution or it is the wrong parking solution? What is your
आई थिंक इट इज स्टार्टिंग जो मैंने
starting point like?
अभी मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया ही सिर्फ स्टार्टिंग है। जैसे कि अभी मैं पूरा प्लान एक्सप्लेन नहीं करना चाहूँगा क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी तो
But अभी वो जितना अभी it's not the wrong parking, ये पूरा parking possible.
हाँ ये आगे बनेगा। अभी अभी हम पहले रोड नो अभी कुछ नहीं ऐसा ड्राइविंग फैसिलिटीज आज भी कॉल करके अब रॉयल एनफील्ड प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, लेकिन हर कोई प्रोवाइड नहीं कर रहा। तो अभी कोलैब करना क्योंकि कोई वो मार्केट का स्ट्रक्चर है सब फैला हुआ है, तो उसको उसमें लाना पड़ेगा सेक्टर में, मतलब अपने की एरिया में।
तो आप चलान से सरकार से वापस
10% क्योंकि सरकार का फायदा ही है। अगर उनका फायदा तो वो ऑब्वियसली जब 90% मिलता है, अब एक बंदा तो होगा नहीं 100 का चालान कटवाएगा, कितने मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल है और 100 का चालान 1000 का ही होता है। तो अगर मानना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हमें भी रन करना है।
One question from my side. I would acknowledge the signal activity in the presentation very well clear. That's very clear. In fact, it's a new concept actually. New concept है, applicable भी है, government definition भी अच्छा है, तो keep going with it. Okay, continue करना. Any questions in the participants or other teams?
I think I am solving just sustainability. I don't want to कि हम बस इसमें ही फंसते रहते। अब प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना था मेरे को सर बस यहाँ पे। इंडिजिनस मतलब कि इंडिजिनस जो आप कह रहे हो कि इंडिजिनस होना चाहिए। अब यहाँ पे जो आप देखोगे इंडिया में बीटेक कितने लोगों ने करी है, वेब डेवलपमेंट के जो डेवलपमेंट करने हमें कितने पर्सन चाहिए। तो जो हमारे पास वो है क्या कहते हैं ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, हम इंडिया का यूज कर सकते हैं, चीप भी प्रोवाइड होगा।
Does anyone wants to ask any question?
Thank you. Now we'd like to invite our next team, Team Soviet.
वीडियो कब प्ले करना है उसको बता दीजिए।
You are requested to restrict your presentation to 10 minutes.
So, good afternoon everyone. So, before we start our pitch, I would like to ask audience a question. So, raise your hand if anyone here has seen a beehive in real life. See, this is the ignorance and the current state of beekeepers in India. So, we present you the solution, Madhushilpi, Prakriti se Prerit, Hathon se Nirbhit. So, let's deep dive into the field itself. Meet Nitin Singh, a beekeeper who facing the domination by major player and unorganization in the current market. Nitin's word echo the struggles of countless beekeepers in India. But here's where it gets interesting. Every year, 55 million tons of waste, including aluminium foil, reaches our landfills. Our import bill from China is skyrocketing. Agriculture as a sector is very unorganized and a fact that women workforce participation rate is at a dismal 22.3%.
Madhu, Sanskrit for honey, inspired our handcrafted, reusable and biodegradable food wraps. Madhu wraps are not just an alternative to paper, plastic or foil wraps, they are a revolution in food storage. Madhu wraps keep your food fresh while keeping the planet clean. Let me introduce you to our products. Our product line offers 3 distinct sizes. Drizzle, the small one perfect for snacks. Heart, the mid-sized wrap ideal for sandwiches. And Honeycomb, the largest wrap made for family-sized meals. Let's have a look at these lovely pieces of prototype, showing the clear essence of Madhu Shilpi. These are being made by our team only and being used at our homes.
Now, what sets us apart? So, our beeswax wrap offer a sustainable, biodegradable and sustainable alternative to plastic wraps. Not only that, with proven antibacterial and antifungal property, they have the ability to be reused up to 100 times. So, they keep your food fresh while also reducing waste. Now, let's come to the flow of operation. So, as we have thought, we will start by procuring unprocessed beeswax bars from local farmers like Anil Beekeeping Udyog in Najagarh. Then, in our potential production facility to be set up in Roshanpur in Najagarh, we'll perform the next procedure of melting and spreading the beeswax onto a cloth. Then, that's it. Our products are ready to be sold into the middle class population, that is our target market, via channels like Raj Mandir and Mr. DIY. We'll start as B2B distributor, but we'll also go into D2C market. Now, the process. The process to make beeswax wrap is very simple. It doesn't require any hardcore drilling. So, as said, we start by procuring pure beeswax wrap from local farmers. Then, in the production facility, our trained beneficiary will perform the next steps of melting the beeswax using a double boiler setting. Then we'll add coconut oil to increase stackiness of the wraps, and voila, our product is ready. Our trained beneficiary will then spread it using a roller onto a cloth, and that's it.
Our cost revenue model is as efficient as a beehive, with nearly 3,000 covering all the fixed costs, which creates the foundation of the beehive, including all the essential items such as the slab table, the gas stove, the roller. On production side, each beeswax wrap costs 26 rupees to create, with nearly half the revenue covering the cost and other half generating speed profits. Our model is efficient, sustainable, and buzzing, just like a thriving colony. We are in talks with Anil Beekeeping Udyog, who has promised to sell bee bags to us at 200 rupees per kg. Each bee bag stack uses 20 gram, so the bee bag's cost comes to rupees 4. Also, we are in talks with several textile providers who have promised to sell textile at 82 rupees per meter, which reduces the cost to rupees 9 for cloth. And here is the detailed cost analysis. Here are the primary and secondary SDGs covered by us. Though we have laid significant emphasis on the strengths and opportunities, I would like to walk through them again through the SWOT analysis. There is significant strength as our product is customizable and cost-friendly. And there is significant opportunity in collaborating with eco-friendly brands as well as the food industry. Our weaknesses lie in the limited lifespan and the care required for maintenance. And there are threats from the competitive market and the ever-changing consumer preference landscapes.
Our beeswax venture can diversify its offering into 5 product lines basically. There are 5 products that we can offer: cutlery, candles, and hair kits. On a potential collaboration, we are planning to collaborate with 14 major collaborators, including the major brands like Borussil and the retailers like Raj Mandir to increase our sales. For the scalability, we are planning to that our scalability plan will progress from online platforms to digital platforms, and we are also planning to go into the stores and events to increase our customer visibility. Next slide. For the target market, etc., our target market is very diverse. We are pressing into right into the homes of middle class people by offering a sustainable alternative in place of the plastic wraps. For the CSR segment, we will be collaborating with the CSR alternatives of the firms like Nestle and Nokia. And secondly, for the marginalized women, we are offering the employment opportunities to the women of the beekeepers, to the wives of the beekeepers, so that they can earn a living. For the target market, for the target sales revenue, we will be starting with Raj Mandir and Mr. DIY as our initial sales revenue. Next slide.
Now I'll walk everyone through the future roadmap. So, future roadmap is designed to ensure sustainable growth, community engagement, and product innovation over the next years. So from June to September, we'll focus on strategic partnership with local farmers, retailers, and cooperatives to expand our distribution and guarantees. Simultaneously, we'll also look into setting a permanent distribution facility in Najakkar. Then, from October to January, we plan to implement a master trainer program, which basically means we will train the people who will actually make the beeswax. And then in the next year, we'll drive product diversification, investing in R&D for product innovation. So this future roadmap ensures that that our business grows as well as we put enough emphasis on social impact. Now we'd like to show you a video.
मेरा नाम है सुनील डिस्ट्रिक्ट हमारा का सेवपुरा तहसील भद्राजी राजस्थान से
We met Tyson, a local beekeeper struggling to market domination by major groups. Harith told us about his wife, Fulbati, desired to work at their rural area labs, a job for people with limited skills.
The challenges highlight the complex economic realities faced by families like farms.
31% beekeepers unable to earn basic livelihood. 78% of women in the beekeeping households face under 880 million worth of aluminium foil imported from China.
As we wrap up, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a future where every kitchen drawer in India holds a piece of mother shilpi. A future where landfills shrink, oceans breathe easier, and beekeepers thrive. Mother shilpi.
Thank you, team. Now jury can ask their questions.
Good presentation, good communication. Very confident, good concept, and knowledge. And you can actually implement it in a
So the order process for the competition is actually made prototypes that is used by our family friends as well as my mother. And my mother shipped it with those family friends for like a real life survey thing. So we'll definitely move to actually make it a reality. So yeah, that's.
it's a very consumer product. It can replace
Actually, like major problem is that कि जैसे if अगर sustainable alternatives present भी है market में तो we cost a lot. But जो हमारा sustainable alternative है, अगर हम per time use cost देखें तो that would be similar to plastic wraps and aluminum foil.
Not negligible.
Not
even lesser than that. Let me get this.
How much do you have similar products in the market?
No, like not really. Like I'm talking about general sustainable alternatives for anything.
Our beeswax wrap costs 50 rupees and can be used up to 100 times. So the per use cost,
Because when it's videos like I don't know, I've not seen them in the market.
Then the major producer is in Canada, I guess.
So actually the item was from Canada, but they aren't actually exporting it to anybody. And also the import duty that is now Canada and India relations are not that good also.
Locally,
Yeah, nothing from my side. Overall, it's a very good presentation. And I wish you very good luck to make it visible and get it implemented in the market.
Also, sir, I would like to highlight one more thing. As India generally uses aluminium foil, most of our aluminium foil is imported from China and other producers, which is like not good for our country, as mentioned. And India is the largest beeswax producer in the world. So why don't we use our own potential rather than importing something?
Okay, now questions from the other participating teams. Do we have any questions coming from them? No?
Yes. Not really. Like there's a temperature. Like for example, anything greater than 90 degrees Celsius cannot be wrapped. Like you cannot wrap boiling water in it, but you can wrap like normal temperature water in it. Like it's that leak proof.
You can add chapati and stuff like that. Also, it can be used like, for example, you have a bowl and you can wrap like, put the food in it.
So it's completely leak proof.
It's not correct.
If you invert it, it won't leak at all.
what's the mechanism because of which it
Yes, ma'am. Like it's a cloth, cotton cloth, and beeswax mixed with oil such as coconut oil, jojoba oil, to make it tacky, and then we roll it on the beeswax strap, dry it, and there is some amount of it which needs to be put, and then it's so tacky that we can see. Like so it gets hard enough as you use it. But if you like crush it hard, like it is very as a crushed color. It uses your heat of the palm to get softened, and you can then put it on anything else.
I would suggest you should carry a sample piece.
Yeah, actually we did made prototypes, but हमारे family friends के पास में इसलिए आज हमको ला नहीं पाए.
And you're using old cloth. This is
No, we are not using fresh cloth. We are collaborating with textile producers, as I mentioned, and we are in talks with. They promised us to sell at 82 rupees per meter to be specific.
Okay, so you can find quality of the cloth.
Yes, that's a very cutesy design. No, watermelons and stuff. So that's like how we want it. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Can we have the dog? As we reuse it every time.
Yeah, the brand is good, but you should.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the name.
Thank you, Team Soviet, for such a thought-provoking presentation.
Now, at last but not least, we would like to call Team Bout Creation to present their business plan.
पकड़ना हो गया पकड़
Hello everyone, myself Harithkram Sharma and I am Devan and we are Team Bout Creation. And today we are going to present the process of creating corrugated cardboard from coconut paste. So आपने जब हम यहाँ पे एंटर करें हमें ये मिला क्या ये really sustainable है?
No, because this is made from wood pulp. जिसको एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के लिए हमें पेड़ काटने पड़ते हैं and which causes deforestation. But you guys might wonder what's the need of sustainable packaging. Well, first look at the environmental factor. Every year, 270 million tons of waste is produced of coconut waste, and these are majorly used in industries such as creating oils and food products and other skincare products. And generally, the waste product they are not utilized after that. But the other factor would be the market demand. Increasing environmental consciousness among consumers and industry drives demand for sustainable packaging solutions. Traditional cardboard made from wood pulp contributes to deforestation. Coconut-based cardboard offers an eco-friendly alternative. Let's look at the economic potentials. First look at the market size. The global eco-friendly packaging market is expected to reach $50 billion. Sorry for the typo. $50 billion by the year 2027, growing at the CAGR of 7.5% from 2020. Coconut-based products, including cardboard, are well positioned within this expanding market. So, you guys might ask, is there any demand for this sustainable packaging? The answer is absolutely yes. According to a research, 66% of the global consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable brands, indicating a strong market for consumer for coconut fiber cardboard among eco-conscious companies. And also, the plus point is it is cost effective.
It is like the raw materials are used from the waste of coconut product, so it is really cheap. Now my friend would introduce to give it a brief introduction about the production of coconut-based cow.
So in the process, the first thing is raw material sourcing. So coconut husk collection. The primary raw material coconut husks are rich in oil, a durable, biodegradable fiber. Collection focuses on the region with high coconut production like India and the Philippines, and in India basically South India. And next thing is partnershiping with coconut farms, processing plants, and local farmers can streamline the sourcing process. Collection centers should be set up to encourage farmers to sell or donate us, ensuring a steady supply. Now, the fiber extraction process. Using a decoricator machine, husks are separated in short fibers. From the long fibers, we can make ropes and mats. From the short fibers, we can make pulp for the production of the coconut wood. Short fiber undergo soaking to soften them, followed by mechanical treatment to clean and prepare them for the pulping. This step may involve using washer to remove impurities and excess dust. Hence, pulping the fibers. Short coil fibers are converted into pulp using mechanical or eco-friendly chemicals like alkaline treatment. Incorporating a closed-loop water system, recycling water from the pulping process minimizes water consumption and reducing environmental impact. Then the sheet formation. The pulp is processed through rolling machines. Each sheet thickness can be adjusted according to the usage and application of the product. Natural binders can be used such as cornstarch, soy-based adhesives, which can be mixed to the pulp to enhance the strength. And sheets are pressed to remove excess moisture, then dried, ideally using solar energy and reduce the carbon footprint. Then the corrugation process. Sheets are passed through a corrugating machine, creating the waving structure essential for strength and resistance. The corrugated middle layer is sandwiched between two flat sheets and glued with biodegradable adhesives, ensuring the final product is environmental friendly. Then the final product assembly. Now the product is cut and shaped, and then the printing is done, and the branding is done, and it is assembled into boxes. Now I pass on to Hemant.
Now look at the resource we save in this process. First is the water. Traditional wood pulp processing requires about 10 to 15 gallons of water per pound of paper. Where on the other hand, coconut pulp production can reduce the water usage by up to 17% through recycling system. Second is the energy consumption. The energy required for producing coconut-based cardboard is typically 40% less than the wood pulp, especially if we utilize the solar drying methods. Looking at the market trends, there is every year 15% there is growth of demand of natural packaging methods, and these are increasing day by day in industries like e-commerce, food and beverages, consumer goods, etc. So looking at the environmental and the market impact, first is environment benefits. It reduces deforestation as the carbon footprint of packaging production. Coconut-based cardboard is fully biodegradable, decomposing naturally without leaving any toxic residue, and it utilizes agriculture waste, contributing to circular economy practices. Water and energy saving. It requires significantly less water and energy as compared to the traditional wood pulp-based cardboard. Water like 70% less, and the energy is 30 to 40% less. Looking at the market appeal, the growing demand for eco-friendly packaging presents strong market potential. Industries such as cosmetic, electronics, and food packaging are increasingly seeking sustainable alternatives. Right now, this market is around $20 billion. By 2025, it would be around 35 to $40 billion, and by 2027, it would be around $50 billion. now giving you a quick comparison between the wood pulp based cardboard and the coconut based cardboard. The coconut based cardboard primarily use coconut husk as raw material, which are literally the waste products of the companies, of industries and local vendors. And it's highly sustainable because it uses waste material. Water consumption is less, energy consumption is significantly less. Biodegradability, it's fully biodegradable without leaving any toxic residue. Strength, it's strong and also water resilient. Low environmental impact, and the demand of sustainable packaging is growing day by day. On the other hand, wood pulp cardboard, they require trees, causing deforestation, and water and energy consumption are significantly high. Uh, they are biodegradable, but they may contain chemical additives, causing environmental pollution, and they cause deforestation. And market demand is like standard option, less focus on sustainability. It might reduce in the future. Now the Harshit will conclude.
So now let's dive into the conclusion. The production of the coconut-based product cardboards offers a viable eco-friendly alternative to traditional wood pulp products. It mitigates the environmental burden associated with deforestation and reduces waste. Market potential. Is there a really market demand for this? The increasing shift towards sustainable packaging solutions, coconut fiber cardboard is a strong contender in the packaging industry. And the future prospects, scaling production and optimizing processes can enhance competitiveness in the market. Continued research and development into the efficient pulping and polarization techniques will further improve the economic viability of this option. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for that insightful presentation. Now I'd like to invite our jury to ask their questions.
लोग बना रहे हैं that people making coconut based but what is the difference in cost? If normal गत्ते में throw this and
कोस्ट डिफरेंस नहीं आते क्योंकि हम इनको सोर्स करें एज अ वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट हमें कोई फाइनली रॉ मटेरियल या हमें पेड़ कटाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है कोई भी वेंडर्स हो या फार्मर हो या कोई इंडस्ट्री हो जो कोकोनट बेच करते हैं हम उनके वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट को ही सोर्स करते हैं जैसा रॉ मटेरियल
नहीं आपके कॉस्ट देखिए कि नॉर्मल गत्ता जो आता है जिसमें सारे पैकेजिंग होती है वो आपकी कोई इंडस्ट्री कौन सी इंडस्ट्री ट्राइंग टू रिप्लेस दैट उसकी कॉस्ट और इसकी कॉस्ट में कितना फर्क है
it's only like 30 to 40%
less कम है
yes ma'am
अच्छा because everything is the waste
Yes, ma'am. We are using the fixed. We are not using cardboard. अगर हम wood purchase करेंगे तो उसमें हमें cost नहीं.
main cost is transportation cost which can be optimized after selection because
but I think that is more technical because the current industry is so it's had a cardboard system coconut being strength
Cost
उतना बात उसमें बॉक्स में ना दे उसके पार्टीशन में ना हमारा फटेगा नहीं फटेगा
we have mentioned actually they are waterproof and also water resistant. On the other hand, if you look at their normal garden, they might vary, they might be water resistant.
And we are also using additives like soil additive and other things. So it is strong. Any other questions?
We done with the presentation? Okay. This one is really good idea. Like you are taking some product from the coconut waste, you are generating out of coconut waste. So again, my question is to you to bring it in the real world again, bring it in the real usage. Okay. Actually, I don't have any questions for you from my side. Again, now a question in the participants, if you have any. Okay, we are having very inquisitive school kids here.
Sir, as you said that we'll be using corrugated machines. For making cardboard using wooden pulp, the average temperature is 150 degrees Celsius. So is it the same as this also? The average temperature at which the machine is to be run to make cardboard using wooden pulp is 150 degrees Celsius. So is it the same for this also?
Yeah, it will be approximately same.
So how is the process eco-friendly if this much heat is produced?
Well, if you compare it with the traditional method, it's significantly more eco-friendly, right? You can't really change the capital machine. The main process would be the same. But like the raw materials and the adhesive use, they are
अभी देर से में कार्डबोर्ड बनता है हमें ही नहीं पता वो बच्चे को कैसे बताओ
Any other question?
Wow, what an incredible showcase of talent and innovative thought. Let's give a huge round of applause for all our participating teams for their efforts and dedication.
Now we extend a warm gratitude to our jury for their valuable presence. I request Ms. Meena Hussain, faculty member of Harithkram and a constant in Harithkram since its inception in 2012, to felicitate Ms. Payal Rastongi with a planter and a token of gratitude for sparing time out for us from her busy schedule. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I request Ms. Jyoti Vashne, convener of Harithkram, to felicitate Mr. Harvinder Singh.
What a pleasure to felicitate your colleagues.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to hear the insights of the jury. I would like to invite Ms. Payal Rastogi to share a few words with us.
No, no,
Very interesting presentations. Very interesting. Although the subject was more on indigenous, so we will consider those indigenous projects. But we do also like the food procure and the packers. They're technically and not indigenous, but technically they're very good and innovative projects. Okay. Still, there's a market for both food. So you should not consider that it's not indigenous, it's new, but it's excellent. Okay. So there's more. If you do more research work, it's all doable. The other, I think all of the presentations are good, but some of you need to do more research. Do I need to take names of each of?
no,
No, nothing. Just journalism. So yeah, good presentation, good ideas. I think I've learned from each of you. All the subjects, the areas that you covered, the business and the products that you covered. Okay, your presentations are good. I think when we come to product launches, the branding, go to market strategy is very important because how we sell it, how we create impact in people's mind, how they look at your product is very important. So I think like the scrubbers, the way you made it, it's very unique. It's a lagu udyog kind of a work. तो इसमें और भी थोड़े से लघु उद्योग की तरह आप सोच के इसको कर सकते हो. So I think things like that, and it's all about how you put it across. So ऐसे काम हो रहे हैं, बहुत से लोगों को सुना है, from many other people or whatever conferences I've attended. But ultimately क्या आप उसको किस तरह से immediately present कर पाते हो, कैसे package करते हो, it will make a difference. And practice more on a presentation. Reduce the text and reduce the content on the presentations. कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा ही, you put more data and text. कम करके ना, very true to the point. Okay. So yes, if you practice, you can go to the sharks. I think all of you were presenting to the sharks, right? So yeah, practice more. You need more practice to go to the sharks. You can. Okay. So I think these are my insights. Lovely. It's so good to learn about all these projects. So much can be done. Thank you so much for the college for inviting. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Harithkram sir to share his valuable insights with us.
Very warm evening to everyone. Nothing gives me more pleasure than to see the ideas being discussed and brought into the implementation. I'm really happy to see that you people are really considering the environmental issues in your thought process and you are actually working on that. It is a need of that to think upon these given issues, these given problems, and then acting upon them because eventually they are going to affect us, and it is our collective future that is being affected from all these environmental problems. We are really fortunate to see the new ideas coming to the light. If they are being implemented if they say, let me say, if they see the light of the day, that is totally a different story. But the most important part is that you are working on them. You are thinking about it. That's the most important part. Okay, and I'm more than happy to see the school children participating in this given event and again asking a lot of questions. That's totally a new sense of happiness brought to me, and they are interested, they are genuine, and they are asking questions from the college students. So you can win it as a medal that, okay, we have asked questions in the college and we have impressed the college professors also. That's a big achievement at this given age. So at the very last, I would like to say that keep on going with this given spirit. Position, no position, price, no price, doesn't matter. The only thing that matters most is your thinking and your zeal to continue. Continue karoge, maybe the idea is not able to garner attention or let us say any funding or any appreciation here, but there are numerous platforms out there. बहुत platforms है, बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. Try pitching in your ideas again and again. Try to improvise, try to learn, and try to make sure that your idea sees the light of the day. Okay? Keep on going, keep on rocking, guys. Good luck and best wishes to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
While our jury deliberates and makes the tough decision of selecting the winners, we will be back shortly with the much anticipated results as we start the valedictory session after 5 minutes break in the same room. Thank you for your time and attention.
I request everybody to be seated as we have an important announcement.
Hello everyone, good evening to one and all present here. My name is Shivani Viprani. I am from BA program first semester in evening batch. I am here to announce something regarding NGO. Like, मैं इसको 4 years से I am a part of this from 4 years and इसको experience करके बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है being a part of an NGO. So इसके अंदर 4 projects हैं, उसको मैं आपको explain करती हूँ. Like project प्रोजेक्ट हरियाली, प्रोजेक्ट इंसानियत एंड प्रोजेक्ट बेजुबान। सो प्रोजेक्ट इंसानियत इज ऑल अबाउट, इसमें हम पुअर लोगों की लाइक मदद करते हैं रिगार्डिंग इवेंट्स। हमने कोई जगह डिसाइड करी वहाँ पे जाके इवेंट्स करना, लाइक फूड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ड्राइव्स, क्लोथ्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ड्राइव्स एंड मोर लाइक मेडिसिन, सैनिटरी पैड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ड्राइव्स। एंड प्रोजेक्ट बेजुबान इज टोटली फॉर एनिमल्स। हम ऐसी जगह डिसाइड करते हैं वहाँ पे जाके उनके लिए पेडिग्री, कंटेनर्स, ऐसे वाटर सप्लाई, ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें लेके जाना जिसमें हम टोटली एनिमल्स को फीड करते हैं। प्रोजेक्ट प्रगति इज ऑल अबाउट द एजुकेशन। जो हमारी टीम के बच्चे और जो इलिटरेट लोग हैं, जो पढ़े लिखे नहीं हैं, उन मतलब जो पेरेंट्स नहीं पढ़े हुए, उनके बच्चे नहीं पढ़ते, ऐसी ही जनरेशन चलती रहती है। सो इनिशिएटिव लेते हुए जो हमारे टीम के मेंबर्स हैं वो जो बच्चे आते हैं उनको लाइक वहाँ पे जाके 1 आवर 2 आवर्स उनको लाइक स्टडी करवाते हैं। लाइक कोई चार्ट पेपर्स ले गए, कॉपी दे दी, स्टेशनरी आइटम्स। तो ये सब तरीके से हमारा इवेंट चलता है प्रोजेक्ट प्रगति में। प्रोजेक्ट हरियाली इज ऑल अबाउट ग्रीनरी एंड क्लीनिनेस ड्राइव, क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा लोग डिफॉरेस्टेशन करते हैं, उतना ही ज़्यादा हमारे लिए एफॉरेस्टेशन भी है, क्योंकि प्लांट्स जितने ज़्यादा होंगे उतने ज़्यादा हमें हर चीज़ की सप्लाई होगी, लाइक ऑक्सीजन जो हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा नेसेसरी है। सो ये सब चीज़ें हमें लाइक वो देते हैं, तो हमें कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हम पेड़ ना काटें, और अगर हमें कोई दिख भी रहा है कि लाइक कोई वो जो ना पेड़ काट रहा है तो हमें उसको स्टॉप करना चाहिए और लाइक हमारे आसपास सफाई रखनी चाहिए। सो ये सब करते हुए लाइक 2 अक्टूबर को महात्मा गांधी जी को ट्रिब्यूट देते हुए क्लीनिनेस ड्राइव करा एंड प्लांटेशन करने चले गए। लाइक अपना जो प्लांट वो लेके गए, 2-3 इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स जिसकी हमें नीड, तो वहाँ पे वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी होती है तो वेरी गुड। नहीं तो जैसे फंड्स के दौरान हम अपना QR कोड वगैरह जो लगाते हैं, जो भी फंड्स आते हैं उसके दौरान वाटर टैंक मंगवा के ऐसे करके सप्लाई करते हैं। सो ये सब काम होते हैं हमारे एनजीओ का। मैंने आपको ये इसलिए बताया क्योंकि अगर आप हमारे साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो आप जुड़ सकते हैं, आपको यहाँ से बहुत कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन। पहली आशा फाउंडेशन, यू कैन चेक अप ऑन इंस्टाग्राम। आप सब लोग इंस्टाग्राम पे चेकआउट कर सकते हैं पहली आशा फाउंडेशन। सॉरी मैं बोलना भूल गई, आप इसको चेकआउट कर लो। जो भी इवेंट्स होते हैं, जो भी कुछ हम जो ड्राइव्स करते हैं वो सब उस पर हम डाल देते हैं। लाइक अभी हमने 3 डेज पहले हमने क्लोथ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ड्राइव करा है, उसकी भी पोस्ट आप देख सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you everyone for